I'm Tim Bradner. Welcome to Capitol Views. We're here today with Representative James Kaufman, newly elected legislator from Upper Hillside District in Anchorage. Thanks for joining us, Representative Kaufman.
My pleasure. Thank you, Tim.
Just by starting, maybe we could just talk a little bit about the district, just where it goes, how big it is, what parts of Anchorage it resides in.
Yeah, it's the Upper Hillside, and then down, kind of slide down the hillside as you go south, taking in the Golden View, those areas. The portion of which is east of Seward Highway, and then go all the way down to Girdwood. So it's kind of a long stretched out district.
Yeah. In terms of the issues and things people are concerned about in the district, would they be, I imagine, pretty much like everybody in Anchorage, they'd be concerned about education and transportation issues. Is there anything peculiar or particular to the district that's worth mentioning?
Well, yeah, I did a lot of door to door. We did a lot of phones in the district, so I feel like we've got a pretty good read on what's top of mind for people. It was fiscal accountability and responsible budgeting and assuring that we can afford critical services and the delivery of those services. Folks want their roads plowed. They want the potholes filled, as long as it's done in a accountable, fiscally responsible way.
Well, that's certainly understandable. Perhaps, Representative Kaufman, you can explain a little of your own background.
Yeah, I think I bring an interesting perspective to the legislature. I'm a retired quality manager, so my career was that of preaching the gospel of quality management, continuous improvement, and all of those things that drive an organization to deliver more reliably and at a higher level with available resources. So I think it's an interesting time to bring that perspective to government, and that's what's behind just about everything I say and do here, is how can we drive more performance out of what we've got. I think we're in a time when that need is critical. So I retired from BP in 2017, came up courtesy of BP to Alaska in 2011. Where they recruited me to come up and be their project quality manager. So for that time period, 2011 to 17, I was in charge of quality for BP's projects on the slope. Had teams in town, also on the slope, and it was an interesting job. But in 17, I thought, well, I've done this long enough. Let's see what the next chapter is going to be. I had no idea it would come to this.
Continuous career improvements. I was just curious, could you mention maybe some of the projects that presumably these were at Prudhoe Bay? What were some of the projects, and particularly maybe more challenging projects that you were involved in there?
Well, I can even go back before that. I was on BP's deepwater development team, so we put 4 massive offshore platforms down. And I was on those teams. Then we remodeled a refinery in Whiting, Indiana. I was the quality manager on that. So that was like 5 mega projects bundled together in a program, and then came up and became the program quality manager in Alaska. So if it was we were doing what Cat B projects, so we weren't doing any mega projects. So everything that was in the middle bandwidth of project, I had responsibility for during that time period. So it was an evolving portfolio of projects to replace flow lines or upgrade fire and gas automation, all whatever it was within that range of spend that we were doing. I was on the quality management team for that.
And quality management means just making sure it performs as expected and comes in under the cost parameters.
That's it. Those that have been around for a while may remember when, say, Toyota was looked at as just a cheap junk car maker. It's a long time ago for many of us, but back in time, these brash startups like Toyota suddenly leapt forward with a higher quality product that meet expectations, exceeded expectations, and did so very economically. And what was happening in the background while the rest of the world was not paying attention is that those quality management processes were developing their ability to deliver. So if you look at quality management in any sector or in any industry, it's about setting up a systemized method of continually improving and then using that to drive the performance to return, bigger bang for the buck. If you're a business, to make more money with the energy you expend to deliver a higher quality product that meets or exceeds expectations relative to the marketplace that you're in.
That's interesting. What committees of the legislature would you like to be on, or do you intend to be on?
Well, I am studying that right now. There's a lot of conversations here, and with organization you may have heard it's a hot topic these days, and we're working hard on that. And I'm still talking with people about how that background, where it is best, will serve the needs of the people. And I've found out that there's actually other people here that have been exposed to quality management processes. Interestingly, it's not a surprise to me, but people with recent military experience have, in the performance drives that the military has made, there's actually people that have encountered this. And so those that have been in the military understand some of the processes. So still looking at where I can serve best, but that's where I want to be, whatever works best, not necessarily a personal agenda. I don't have a lot of legislation that I plan on putting out. It's more about getting things to work better that are already here.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Well, thank you, Representative Kaufman. It sounds like you got a very challenging project to work on with the state of Alaska and quality engineering in the state of Alaska. Listen, thank you very much for joining us, and look forward to talking more in the future.
All right. Thank you very much.